This is Wes Tolson here with the Texas Private School Podcast post-game show after we just witnessed an incredible weekend of state championship games. We just finished watching Dallas Christian claim the Division II state title, beating Houston Second Baptist. I mean, guys, that was an incredible output by number 1, Jaleel Brown, and 2, Dallas Christian's just dominant defensive effort. I mean, Walker, what did you think of Dallas Christian, and did they exceed expectations coming into this game?
Well, you know, Coach Wheeler coming into this plan was going to have a great game plan to help just stop that Second Baptist offense, and he pretty much did that the entire game, only allowing 14 points the entire game. It's just an incredible effort by Coach Wheeler. You know, he is one of the greats in all of private school sports, and he did it again tonight.
No, without a doubt. Hand up, I was wrong. I picked Second Baptist. DC came out, proved me wrong, and let me know about it. There was a lot of chatter on the sideline aimed at me after the game, but I love it. I love the interaction. Ryan, I mean, what did you think of DC coming out and just proving their dominance here in the state championship game?
You know, I definitely thought that it was going to be a little bit closer of a game. I had DC picked. Against SES. I had DC for a while for sure, but it's good to know that a good coach like Mike Wheeler and a good team like DC with a lot of strong players. Jaleel Brown had a great game. It really just proves to how good of a team they actually are.
No, without a doubt. They're in a very elite team, and it was great to see them come back and win state after all the adversity they've had to battle through for the past few years. An interesting question I want to raise. We've seen a lot of action and a lot of tremendous players the last 2 days. Who is y'all's best player you have seen over the past 2 days? I know it's kind of dropping a heavy question on you right now, but, I mean, we've seen a lot of action. Is there anyone that really comes to mind when I say that?
I mean, I think you have to go Andrew Paul from Parish Episcopal. I think he might be, with a lot of guys leaving last year, he might be the best player in all of private school this year, without a doubt. I mean, the offers he's received this past couple of weeks just shows how good of a back he is. And you have to think about it. He was backing up Cedric Benson last year. Backing up. And that's how talented of a back he is. I'm very excited to see him progress and just see how much he can succeed in the college realms next year.
No, without a doubt. He is incredibly talented. Ryan, is your answer going to be Andrew Paul as well, or is there anyone else that stuck out to you as the best player you watched this weekend? Oh, I forgot, you were here for the Paris game.
Paul, so technically I cannot answer Andrew Paul, but best player I probably saw play, I like Jaleel a lot, honestly.
Yeah.
I really like Jaleel. He just could punch it in whenever he wanted to. He powered through the Second Baptist defenders. I mean, you know what? I came in wanting to see how he played this season, and he exceeded my expectations. So
I completely agree. He's a fantastic player. I think most underrated guy from the weekend is Marcus Ramon Edwards from Trinity Christian Lubbock. The kid just picked up an offer from Texas Tech, obviously the D1 Power 5 school. It's his first offer, so that's something crazy for a D3 kid out of Trinity Christian Lubbock. Absolutely. But he looked the part completely against Cypress Christian. He had several very long runs. I mean, he's a fantastic athlete. Is there anything you have to say to, Marcus Ramon Edwards and him having a standout season?
I mean, I think especially in the younger, the lower ranks, one guy can make so much of a difference in a game, and you saw that with that Trinity Christian Lubbock team of how much Marcus Ramon Edwards meant to that team, and he was just absolutely dominant throughout the year, and they needed him to do as much as he could to win games, and that's what you saw against Lubbock Christian in the semifinal round, and to have a shot against Cypress, he had to do everything he could, and that's what you saw this last week.
He was fantastic. Ryan, Marcus Ramon Edwards obviously stood out to all of us. Is there anything else you have to say about the athlete from Trinity Christian Lubbock?
Trinity Christian Lubbock played a great game, and Marcus Ramon Edwards was their entire part of it. That was the first game I got to see, and I just saw him ball out. Obviously, they came up a little bit short, but without him, they wouldn't have even been in that position in the first place.
No, he is a fantastic player. Guys, are there any closing thoughts you have to say on this fantastic weekend of TAPS football?
I mean, it's been a great week of high school football here for state championships for private school. From a 6-man field goal to a close games throughout the week. I mean, it's just been a great week of football. I mean, thank you for Tabs for allowing us to be here. We're on the sideline having a great time. It's been a great weekend. I know I'm so happy that we were able to all three of us be here and have a great weekend of high school football.
Completely agree. One of the best things I've done in a long time. Ryan, your closing thoughts on this incredible weekend of football?
We have to shout out Walker here. I want to get out of the way of this real quick. This is our banner that we got for the weekend, and you know what? I love it.
Talk about this great weekend of high school football. From the 6-man field goal the first day and to a really good game tonight. Just talk about the entire weekend. How exciting was it to watch all these games?
This is 16 years of TAPS, my man. 16 years of fun. So best 7-game set we've ever had, I think. And that first 6-man game came down to the wire. Mm-hmm. The second one got away from them. The lights went out. We came back. And then a 40-yard field goal in 6-man football.
I mean, I've never seen that.
How many 40-yard field goals or more have you seen in 11-man football?
Right, exactly.
To win a game with 39 seconds, and then the kid intercepts the ball on the last play that if he doesn't get it,
right,
that would have all been for naught.
Absolutely.
So what a great opportunity. Last night at the end, you had 2 schools with less than 50 boys in high school playing some really hard 11-man football. And in today's games, again, a lot of hard effort, a lot of good things. The best part about all this, though, think about today versus today. You had the bands, you had the cheerleaders, you had the dance teams. Everybody felt connected, right?
Absolutely.
How many moms, dads, grandmas did you hear screaming out there for somebody?
I mean, it's been some of the best environments I've seen in a while.
And no track, everybody was right down here where they heard everything mom, dad, and grandma were saying.
No, it was awesome. What do you think it means to you and everyone else to finally have fans back in that electric atmosphere with everyone here together as a community?
Last year we came back and we were able to have a good conference championship and whatever. But coming back, some of our schools didn't make it back because they weren't allowed to compete. So, and the weather was not the kindest of things. We had the fog bowl on 6-man day where they couldn't see 20 yards at the end. But when you think about it, coming back now, great fan attendance overall. And this was a great stadium for our fans, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
The lower bowl was pretty well full. It was loud. Maybe being concrete makes it a little louder anyway, but it had a rocking feel. And again, no track, you're pretty close.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, being guys that spend a lot of time in Kyle Field, that's cement. It keeps you, and it keeps it loud.
Yep.
So, I mean, talk about moving forward. How excited do you see next year and just going into the off season for basketball and other sports?
I'm excited to be going, but we're loading up tonight to go to Belton tomorrow for cheerleading championship. So the schools that were out here today cheering for somebody else, they're trying to win a medal tomorrow and trying to win a medal the next day. So that's a really cool environment. And, the best thing right now, like basketball can now begin in earnest for everybody. There's no more football. Soccer's well underway. Swimming, I can't wear the uniform. Swimming is going really good. But, think about it. We're 1 month away from baseball starting and softball starting. And some people will go run track in real small shorts in a real cold temperature. I won't be that one.
I remember those days.
It's just an exciting time, man. High school sports are an all-time high. You guys are here. You're hanging out. You're having some fun. So I appreciate you being here.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for your time. I mean, I think that's going to wrap us up here tonight on a great weekend of Texas High School.
And before the lights got turned out.
Exactly. Amazing.
Trying to figure that out, so.
Absolutely.
Guys, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to give you this one back, my brother. Y'all have a great one.
You too. All right. Well, I mean,
this has been a fantastic week. TAPS has been so gracious for letting us be able to do everything we do. This is what we've been wanting to do forever. So, for the last time live this season, this has been the Texas Private School Podcast. We will see you in our next episode. See you later.